I just want to find out if if there is a controlling being at the forefront of our country right now that is not in truth.
Well, when you are talking about politicians, for the most part, they cannot follow their heart, because we talked about your 2-year-old who you are sometimes guiding to respond to you in response to what you want rather than to what your child wants. And can you imagine what it must be like to be a politician?
Wow.
We have not met one yet who is able to follow what comes forth from within. They have left that behind long ago.
Very interesting. And
Esther always asks, one of the things that she enjoys most about her interaction with us is, she will say, Abraham, is that person telling the truth? And we say, whatever anyone is focused upon, they make their truth. So there is a better question than that. The better question is, does that person believe that what they are saying right now is true? And so as Esther watches the politicians, quite often she will say, does he believe that? And the majority of the time that George Bush is speaking, he knows very well that what he is speaking is not truth. But he is not alone in that. That is the game of politics. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would not put ourselves in a position where our happiness depended upon what they do.
Then how does that have to do with voting? I mean, would that be something that our voices could be heard on, or we just should follow our paths with the groups that we trust and that we know?
Well, of course you must follow your path, and we would encourage you to do what you feel like doing. But we want to say to you that all of you are casting vibrational votes, whether you ever go to the polling booth or not. And when you see injustice or something that makes you crazy, rockets of desire shoot out of you, and source energy always hears that. But whether you will be the receiver of what you are asking for or not has to do with how much you come into alignment with what you are asking for. And you cannot push against what you are seeing in politics and be a vibrational match to what politics has inspired you to want, you see.
Yeah, very interesting. I love that phrase that we are... that we have rockets of vibration coming out of us at all times. That's such a great visual.
And you are casting vibrational votes beyond your ability to even begin to comprehend. And the evolution of your planet is about that, not about what happens at the polling booth.
Can we change the course of the evolution of our planet right now in terms of our environmental status? Because all of the statistics show that we're just decaying our planet at a very rapid rate.
Well, your statistics are so short-sighted. You see, the very premise of that question comes forth from a vibrational base that does not serve you. When you say, I feel that my planet is being destroyed and that our environmental methods are inappropriate, the basis of that vibration cannot possibly attract to you what you want. But out of that contrasting experience is born this desire for Earth to continue, and desire for clean air and clean water, and desire for beautiful vistas and beautiful places to continue to be. And so then as you turn your desire, your attention toward that which is your desire, and you make that a dominant part of your vibration, then the tides of your elections and the tides of what happens have to follow along with that vibration. That's that 17 seconds that we were talking about. One person who is connected to the stream is more powerful than a million who are not, you see. But when millions are using each other as their excuse to push against, and as their excuse to no longer be in vibrational alignment with well-being, then millions pinch themselves off from the well-being that could be there otherwise, and then they always blame the other guy.
It's very great that you said that to me, that in the very way I was asking that question was basically saying that the universe, our environment is suffering. Now, I want to ask you this.
But you see, most people have been oriented to get you to look at what's wrong before you take your action. So you've been trained into that way of looking at it, because environmentalists believe that if they show you everything that is wrong, then from your concern about what is wrong, then you will take some action that will then correct it. But it never works that way. There is a war against drugs, and a war against AIDS, and a war against cancer, and a war against teenage pregnancy, and a war against terrorism. And all of them are getting bigger and bigger, because as you push against these things you do not want, you activate them in your vibration, and you become part of the perpetuating force of them, you see.
Make them bigger. much bigger. It's very interesting. That word war has the vibration of destruction anyway. So when there's a war against, those are two very, very negative words, and then you're adding power to the very thing that it is that's that you're against. It's true. It doesn't have any hope or
because
moving
you get
forward.
what you focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again, enforcing that law of attraction.
We want to say to you, do not worry about your planet. This planet has been in place for a very long time and will continue to be. The stream of well-being is huge in relationship with the pinching off of it, you see.
Mm-hmm.
It is our promise to you that this is a planet that not only will survive, but will continue to survive in joy. Do not focus upon what is wrong and let it be the bedrock of your vibrational basis. Instead, look at so much that is going right and bring yourself individually back into alignment with the well-being that is yours and continue to thrive. And while you are thriving, others will say, what is your secret? And you may say, well, for a long time I saw so much that was wrong, I made myself sick. And then finally I decided to remember who I am, and I sifted through the data of Earth, space, time, reality, and I discovered that there is so much going well than there is not going well. And I found something to focus upon, and I made it my vibrational basis. And the more I focused upon the things that went well, the more things went well in my life, until I have to say, my life is going extremely well. I will not join those who are pushing against in order to justify their existence. I'm aligning with that which is my source, and source flows through me, and I continue to thrive. And at the same time, I lovingly allow all others to do whatever it is they need to do. But I will no longer let them convince me that this world is going to hell in a handbasket. It is not.